All right, welcome to this assignment. This is 5.7.6. And for this assignment, you can see I have Moon Drone Skill Flight Log right here. And so the numbers that you may see may be a little different. But we do have an ID that has horizontal distance. And down here, we also have another ID, which is max altitude. So what we want to do on this assignment, and let's go ahead and take a look at what this looks like here, is this. This is what we got. And I think some of this stuff changed a little bit. Let's go ahead and change this one. It's max altitude right here. That definitely changed it a little bit. Let's go ahead and take that back. Yeah, see, now this row right down here is the color that it's supposed to be. Well, what we'd like to do is we'd like to take these other rows and give them a specific color. Okay, now we know from the index that these are classes that are inside of this ID right here, right? This table row has a class feet. All of these are related to the feet, and then down here we have the meters for the horizontal distance. And then down below we have max altitude, which we do have a rule applied to the meters, which we can see in the style sheet right here. So we can kind of use this as a template to change the rows that we're trying to change. But again, this is how our table looks. So let's go ahead and start with maximum height. And in here, maximum height is seen as max altitude. So we're going to want to remember that, because when I did this for my class, instead of max, I did maximum. But it's not maximum, it's max altitude. And this one is for the feet ID, a class. It's for the feet class, which is why it's dot right there, okay? So we have the max altitude ID for the feet class, which we can see again here. It's the feet class, and this one is for the max altitude ID. So what are we going to do here? Well, we're going to give this a background, and this is something that it just happens from time to time, but students are forgetting the G in background. Now, if you're just completely misspelling background, then there's not much we can do about that. But pay attention to your spelling, because sometimes it's not that you don't know how to spell. It's just, for the most part, students misspell things or have typos. Okay, so for our max altitude and the background color here, let's go ahead and choose ourselves a nice color. Oh, there we go. That one looks pretty good. Peru. So let's go ahead and put in here PERU semicolon. And when I run this, whoops, wrong page, you can see the colors changed right there. But only in these, what is that, six boxes? So coming back here now, let's go ahead and go into our table. Let's start with the feet right here, this one, because it's at the very top. And again, this is the feet class inside of the horizontal distance ID. So, just like we did with max altitude, we're going to have a pound sign with horizontal, HORIZONTAL dash DISTANCE. Okay, so that gives us the ID of horizontal distance, but again, I'm starting with the feet class. So we got feet right here, and then I'll give myself some space to put in some styling here. And we're going to give it a same thing, background dash COLOR, and let's see what a good color would be for our horizontal, well, in this case vertical, but horizontal distance ID, and for our feet class. Okay, so let's see if we can find one there. So let's scroll through here and find ourselves a good one. Yeah, that one looks pretty good. Medium aquamarine. Okay, so we're going to name this one MEDIUM AQUA capital MARINE aqua. I can spell that right. Aquamarine. And let's see what that does in our web page. So reload. There it is. So it now has that medium aquamarine. Now that's for our feet class. We're still going to stay within the horizontal distance ID, but now we're going to apply a rule to the meter class for the horizontal distance ID. But again, we're just going to give it a background, a dash COLOR. And let's see if we can find a good one for this one as well. Hey, there's a good one. Sea green. So SEAGREN. And let's take a look at what this will do to our web page. That looks pretty good. Now, if you're like, hey, this text is a little dark for that darker green, sea green, or even if you thought that that brown color was too dark for the black text, of course you could change those colors just by giving a color code to these classes within the IDs, but that's not what we need for this assignment. This is all that we needed in order to get credit for this assignment. So again, yours may look a little different because they may be asking for different colors. You want to put whatever colors the assignment calls for in order to get the credit. If you don't, then you will not get the credit, okay? So you need to pay attention to those, but again, yours may look a little different. The text will be a little different, but the credit will be the same. Okay, that'll do it for this assignment.